So I'm Morag Gamble. I'm calling in from the permaculture village in the southeast of Australia, Crystal Waters. So here at Crystal Waters, it's been a very interesting time having the coronavirus. For one, feeling the chaos in the world, but at the same time, feeling somewhat like we're in an island of peace and tranquility and resilience. And it's an interesting contrast for us. At one side, looking after our community and our older members and our sort of more vulnerable people, and at the same time reaching out from the strength that we have here to be able to help support people in other places, places like the communities being affected by bushfires, reaching out to young people who are feeling the anxiousness of the crisis that we're facing today, and reaching out internationally to our friends and families that we work with in various parts of places like Africa as well, and to Indigenous communities. So that connection's happening, but we're at the moment right here in Crystal Waters, we're seeing a magnificent flowering of the strength of our community in response to the crises that we're facing right now. And so things that we're seeing happening are, mutual aid groups checking in on everyone all the time, making sure that everyone's okay, linking up with local farmers up and down the valley, farmers who are struggling because all of their supply chains have fallen over, and helping to link that back through our community, activating more food growing. So my garden, for example, here is full of lots of perennial plants, and people are coming over all the time and grabbing little bundles so they can get their instant gardens happening. And that kind of thing's happening all the time, everywhere. The sharing, the resource, the skills, the support, and just simply, it feels like the love and the care has just opened, the lid of it's opened. And what that makes me realize is that the capacity in places like this, where there is that underlying resilience and we feel a sense of safety and security on a deeper level, that the capacity to reach out has been strengthened. And it really shows me too how communities like this are so strong, and sometimes you don't see it until a crisis like this happens, and then all of a sudden the easy flowering of it makes you realize how important it is to maintain those ongoing connections and relationships and support networks, even if it's an informal way, going really strongly all the time. So I really look forward to keeping connection with different communities around and finding out more about how they're working at this time, and also to see how we can support as well through permaculture education or eco-village education, and just sharing the experience and opening up that conversation. One of the key things that I realized, that this idea of that we're in flux and we're shifting from, there's this, if you imagine the transformation of society or culture, or even our own selves and our own identity, but often when that transformation is not an easy thing. When you move from a caterpillar to a butterfly, the caterpillar doesn't go inside and just kind of grow wings. It actually goes to mush. And I feel sometimes that we are in a little bit of that absolute, we don't know what's going on, but feeling okay that we don't know together is kind of the most important thing. So having connection, reaching out to other people for help, and reaching out to other people to check they're okay, seems to be just the most important thing that we can all be doing at this time. This is a place that in the midst of crisis can still be resilient and strong and meet the basic needs and enable people to get on with work and life and schooling and feeding themselves. And so I think it's a really important thing at this time that we do speak up amongst our wider communities to share what resilient communities are like, what eco-villages can offer. And I think that's something that it's the story that needs to be shared right now.
So is there a message or a prayer that you have for the other communities and community builders in our networks?
I think the simple thing that we can be doing is to really make the most of this pause that has been offered to the planet and to humanity, to really reflect deeply on what matters, on what we value, and what is essential, what is the essence of what we need to be able to build stronger and resilient communities and to flourish as humanity on this planet.